Hey everyone, and welcome back to Better Call Jen. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jen, and I help people buy, sell, and make smart real estate decisions without losing sleep over it. And today's episode is for you if buying a home has crossed your mind recently and then immediately sent you into a spiral. Because almost every buyer I talk to right now says some version of, I'm confused, I'm scared of making the wrong move, I don't want to mess this up financially. And let me just say right out the gate, there's nothing wrong with you if you feel that way. Buying a home right now feels louder, it feels more complicated, and more emotional than it used to be. And that's exactly why I wanted to record this episode. So, why are buyers feeling so overwhelmed? One of the biggest problems buyers are facing, it's not the market, it's information overload. You open Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Google, and suddenly everyone is an expert. One person is going to tell you to wait, another says buy now or you're going to miss out. Someone else is screaming about interest rates, and then your cousin tells you that they bought in 2019 and that's how you should do it, as if it's still relevant. And the result? You're not empowered, you're frozen. Most buyers aren't scared of buying a home. They're scared of buying the wrong home at the wrong time in the wrong way. So today, I want to simplify things and walk you through the 3 things every buyer actually needs to understand before purchasing this year and without the noise. So let's go to point number 1. You don't need to know everything. We're going to start with this one because it's huge. You do not need to understand every part of the home buying process. You do not need to be an expert on interest rates or loan programs or taxes, insurance, HOA, inspections, or negotiation strategies. That is literally my job. Your job as a buyer is much simpler. You need to understand your control and your comfort level, your monthly payment comfort, your lifestyle needs, your risk tolerance, and your long term plans. When buyers come to me feeling overwhelmed, it's usually because they think they're supposed to know everything before they're ready. But clarity doesn't come before the process, it comes through the process. And asking questions doesn't make you unprepared, it makes you smart. So let's go to point number 2. Timing matters less than strategy. This next one might surprise you. There is no perfect time to buy a home. There never has been. There's always something happening: rates, elections, headlines, inventory shifts, job markets. What actually matters isn't when you buy, it's how you buy. Strategy is what protects you. That means how well your offer is structured, what contingencies you have, what negotiations are happening behind the scenes. And another example is how flexible you're leaving yourself financially. I've seen buyers succeed in bad markets because they had a smart plan. And I've seen buyers struggle in good markets because they rushed without one. At the end, smart buyers don't guess the market, they prepare for different outcomes. And that's where confidence comes in. And from there, let's go to point number 3, where flexibility is financial safety. This might be the most important one. The biggest mistakes I see buyers make, it's not about the price. It's about lack of flexibility. A good purchase should give you options. Can the property be rented if life changes? Is the payment comfortable even if expenses go up? Would you feel okay staying longer if selling isn't ideal right away? When buyers buy something that stretches them too thin, what happens? Anxiety. Anxiety is what follows. But when you buy with flexibility built in, you're going to sleep better at night. A home should support your life and not box you into a corner. Now, let's redefine ready. I want to reframe something before we wrap up. Being confused does not mean you're not ready to buy. It usually means that you haven't had the process explained clearly yet. Readiness isn't about having all the answers. It's about being willing to ask the right questions. So, if buying has crossed your mind this year, even if you're unsure, start with a conversation, not a commitment. Education comes first, clarity comes next, decisions, it's going to come last. And if you need help sorting through the noise, well, you know who to call. Thanks for listening to Better Call Jen. I'll talk to you next week.